This morning, TV6's Samantha Rivera is live at the YMCA in Marquette to tell us more about a growing sport in the UP and how you can join. Good morning, Samantha.
Good morning, Andrew. Well, did you know that the sport of lacrosse actually has roots in the Native American Iroquois culture traditions? Neither did I, but that's all right. Lucky for you and viewers at home, today we'll be talking more about the sport as we're live inside the YMCA in Marquette to talk more about the lacrosse clinics that are happening this weekend. It's happening this Saturday. They have 2 classes separate for boys and girls ages 10 through 18. The classes are happening from noon to 12:45 p.m. It's $36 for members and $51 for non-members. Now the classes are focusing more on the basics of the sport taught by NMU lacrosse players, and they're focusing on the basics to better prepare you for the more advanced clinics happening this spring. And in just a little bit here we'll be talking more to the sports director Kelly Radar as well as some of the coaches and participants of this classes that will be happening this Saturday. Reporting live in Marquette, I'm Samantha Rivera, TV6 News.
There's a growing sport in the UP with roots from the Native American Iroquois cultural traditions. TV6's Samantha Rivera is live in Marquette to tell us more about what's happening at the YMCA of Marquette County. Good morning, Samantha.
Good morning, Andrew. Well, like you said, we're live here in the YMCA inside Marquette to talk more about the lacrosse clinics happening this weekend. They'll have 2 separate classes for girls and boys. It's $36 for members and $51 for non-members. And with us live this morning is Kelly Radar. He's the sports director here at the YMCA in Marquette. Kelly, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So you were telling me this is the first time the YMCA here is doing clinics on lacrosse. Why did you decide to do more with the sport?
Well, we were looking for options to add and enhance our youth sports program, and lacrosse for this area was a natural choice. There's no other offering for lacrosse in the area, and it's a very fast-growing, dynamic sport that it's spreading all over. I find its roots way back to the native Indian, and we love to have it here. The kids are enjoying it, and we want to grow it and add it as part of a dynamic sports program that we have here at the Y.
And how many people are you expecting at the clinics this weekend?
Well, we've been having about 8 to 10. We're prepared and we have ready for up to 20, 24, if more, but we're looking at probably an average of 10 to 12 right now.
All right, thank you so much, Kelly. And if we move on over to the players back here, we're talking to Emily Trueblood. She is a former lacrosse player at NMU, and Jack Curran. He is a senior at Marquette Senior High School. Thanks so much for being with us, guys. So how did each of you get involved with the clinics? We'll start with Jack.
Well, I used to live in Chicago where, lacrosse is a huge sport. So when I moved here, it's huge for hockey players. So it's like an off sport for them. And I just saw the need of it here, and there's none at all. So I tried to start at the high school. I didn't really get a good kickstart, and then I talked to Jenna here at the Y, and we got something going. So, yeah.
All right. And Emily, how did you get started?
I work at the Y as a lifeguard, and my boss came to me one day and said that there was an interest in lacrosse in Marquette, and would I be interested in helping out with the youth league? And of course, my answer was absolutely, because lacrosse is one of my favorite things in the world, and like Jack said, there's just a major lack of it here in the UP.
So from my understanding, there's a huge difference between the girls and the guys playing. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, well, the biggest difference is probably that the boys' sport is full contact, and the girls' sport is completely non-contact. So they'll wear full pads and helmets, and we wear basically a mask over our eyes and a mouth guard as far as padding and protection. The boys' stick is completely different. It's got a much deeper pocket, and so it's a different sort of motion as far as cradling and passing and catching. So yeah, there's really just endless differences between the 2 sports.
All right, well, we'll be showing more about those differences in a little bit here. We'll actually be talking to one of the participants. Her name is Grace, and we'll be right back with you guys in a little bit. Reporting live here in Marquette, I'm Samantha Rivera, TV6 News.
Thank you so much, Samantha. Looking forward to seeing more lacrosse action this morning. And as we continue on, the YMCA of Marquette County is holding lacrosse clinics this Saturday. TV6's Samantha Rivera joins us live again in Marquette to show us what she's learning this morning. How's it going, Samantha?
Hey, good morning, Andrew. Like you said, we're live here in Marquette at the YMCA to learn more about the lacrosse clinics happening this weekend. They have separate classes for boys and girls. It costs $36 for members and $51 for non-members. And with us this morning is one of the participants at the clinics this weekend is Grace Subcheck. So Grace, tell me, why did you decide to participate in these clinics?
My grandpa and uncles played, and my mom wanted me to do it, I guess.
Yeah. So your mom was talking to us about how your uncles, they did play at Michigan State and Ohio State. So lacrosse kind of runs in the blood. Do you think you'll be as good as them?
Maybe.
Yeah. We'll see. Thank you so much, Grace. So we'll move over to Jack Carone and Emma Trueblood. Emma was a former player at NMU. So Jack, you're going to talk to us about some of the basics, right?
Yeah, for men's lacrosse, there's cradling, where you don't want to get the ball to hit. Like if she hits me, like if I'm cradling like this, you want to get the ball here so you can have it. It's like stick handling. It's equivalent to hockey. And then a basic pickup thing you can do in men's lacrosse is girls lacrosse, you can only go like this to pick it up. But in men's, you're allowed to do this to pick it up as well. You can go like position. Yeah.
All right. And Emma, can you show us some of the basics for girls?
Yeah, so similar idea as what Jack was talking about, but the ball doesn't really stay in the stick quite as well with what he was doing, so there's a lot more arm control when you're trying to hold on to it so he can't get it away from me. And then, like he said, you got to kind of scoop it instead of breaking it back like he did, so you got to really get down low on it.
Okay. All right. And so you guys are hoping to turn this into a league, right, after the clinics?
Yeah, that would be, I think, the ideal situation.
Yeah.
But we have pretty low numbers right now. We have 4 girls and 4 boys, so we're looking for people to sign up so we can get a bigger thing going. But we're looking really good, and we're really excited about it.
All right, awesome. And can you talk to us a little bit about the rules for the game? Is that kind of different for boys and girls too?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said earlier, boys is full contact, girls is no contact. So they wear full pads and they kind of hit each other. I don't know. There's there's slashing going on, checking, shoulder checking. Girls, more hands off. We don't really touch each other. The boys' defense use a really long pole, and girls just have the same stick. Yeah, there's a lot of differences. I don't know what else is out there.
Some more differences that you can learn this weekend at the clinics. Again, it is $36 for members and $51 for non-members, and they have separate classes for boys and girls. Reporting live here in Marquette, I'm Samantha Rivera, TV6 News.
Thank you very much, Samantha. Your top story.